Hello, y'all. It's me. It's Dr. G, and welcome to Star-Spangled Studies, a new podcast journey through the sprawling, complicated, and absolutely fascinating history of these United States. Now, you might be wondering about the name of our guide for this journey. For the first 2 seasons, we're going to be following the path laid out by the fantastic, massively collaborative, open-source U.S. history textbook called The American Yop. And if you're asking what on earth is a yop, well, then you're asking the right question. The name comes from the great American poet Walt Whitman, who in 1855 wrote, quote, "I sound my barbaric yop over the roofs of the world," end quote. A yop is a raucous noise, a bit of rough, vigorous language, and that is what U.S. history is. It's not a single, quiet, neat story. It is a loud, often conflicting chorus of voices. It's a history that you can find in the marbled halls of government, sure, but also in the crowded slave cabins, the bustling city markets, and the congested tenements. It's a story of dynamism and conflict, of resistance and cultural creation, and our goal here is to listen to as many of those yops as we can. So here's how we're going to do this. We're launching our first 2 seasons available all at once for you to binge. Think of these first 2 seasons, 30 episodes in total, as your foundational college survey course. This is your U.S. History 101 or 102, and we'll start before the first European arrived in Indigenous America, and we'll travel chronologically all the way up to the recent past. We'll cover the big topics: colonization, the American Revolution, slavery, the Civil War, Reconstruction, the World Wars, the Cold Wars, and everything in between. We're building the framework, drawing the big map of the American past, and this is essential background you will need to make sense of it all. But this isn't the end point, this is just the beginning. Once we've built that foundation together, we're going to start season 3. And that's where the real deep dive into history begins. Week after week, we'll go back to the map we've drawn and we'll explore specific corners in much greater detail. For example, in season 1, we'll have an episode on the era of religion and reform. But in a future season, we're going to spend an entire episode on the utopian community at Oneida and their radical ideas about marriage or family, or another one just on the life of the abolitionist Frederick Douglass. We'll also talk about Manifest Destiny in season 1, but later on, we might devote an entire show to the Cherokee Trail of Tears or the forgotten stories of the California Gold Rush. The first 2 seasons are designed to give you the breadth of U.S. history, a basic ground level study. Season 3, we're going to go beyond and we're going to give you the depth. This is a scholarly podcast. I'm a professional historian, and I promise to keep this factually accurate, to engage with the latest historical debates, and to ground our stories in primary sources, the raw materials of history. But this isn't going to be a dry, boring lecture. History is more than that. It is about people, and people are messy, but they're also inspiring and endlessly interesting. I tell my students that there is no story that you can think of that is more fascinating than what's happened in the past. And we are going to find the narrative, the hooks, and the human drama that's going to make that past go alive. So get ready. We're about to embark on an incredible journey. Let's start at the beginning. Go ahead and jump into season 1, episode 1 of Indigenous America, and I'll meet you at the beginning of season 3 when we start our deep dives. I'm Dr. G. This is Star-Spangled Studies, and I'll see y'all in the past.